And we should be good here, man. What's up? Today we have Kjos on the podcast.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, absolutely. So you're from Minnesota here, right?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. What part?
I was born in, I was originally born in St. Paul. And then when I was a small boy, like around 5 years old or so, my mom and dad moved to Cottage Grove. And not very far from Cottage Grove, I could ride my bike down to Grey Cloud.
Really?
And that's kind of where I cut my teeth photographing ducks and hanging out on the river and stuff down there. And
nice.
When I was 15 years old, my mom and dad bought a small hunting and fishing resort up in Big Fork, Minnesota, and I moved up there. And,
really?
Yeah, and then graduated from Deer River, and
nice.
But always hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah, absolutely. So now what you do for a living, if I have it right, I mean, you don't only do like logo designs and stuff, but you take photography, like high-end pictures for like Benelli and, I mean, what are a couple other ones?
Well, I mean, I guess if I'm known for one thing, it would be like big outdoor photography.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Benelli and Sport Dog, and back in the day when Under Armour was really rolling, I was doing all the Under Armour's work, and I photographed for a lot of the optics companies, a lot of the gun companies, Springfield, Kimber, optics companies, Steiner and Burris, and I've helped rebrand, create brands, new brands.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in the outdoor world, especially in the like duck hunting culture, they would recognize like Rig'em, right? That brand and what that brand looks like. I had a lot to do with that, but I'd say Benelli's probably the one that
the main one.
Yeah.
Now you were telling me a story of how Benelli, like they flew you to Alaska or something like that, or you went out to Alaska for something to shoot eiders or something. So how'd that go, or what's the story on that?
When they're going to do a big launch of a new gun, then I get called and we talk about, have meetings on, where's the good place to launch it. And then like when you think of Benelli, I think of like a very, very durable, reliable semi-auto, right? And what proves that in any condition is like hunting eiders on St. Paul Island. It's rough.
Oh, yeah.
It's windy. It's salt.
Yep, salt water.
That salt kills guns.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right? Well, it kills anything that's metal.
Anything that's
kills
close to
anything.
Yep.
And I'm like, that'd be where I'd go. So,
right,
and I had been to St. Paul before.
Have you?
Yeah, I went up there before, and we'd have these pre-meetings, and they're like, well, be really cool if we could get one boat here and one boat here and film from here through that and see the ducks coming. I'm like, nah, dude, that ain't the way it is.
Yeah, right. It's not.
It doesn't work like that.
It looks
dude.
good on paper, but when you get out there, it's not the way to do it.
You do your best with what the conditions give you, and sometimes the conditions don't give you anything.
Right.
Lots of times you're holed up.
Right.
You can't do anything in 70 mile an hour straight line winds on the ocean.
No,
It's beyond nasty.
It's brutal. I know.
And then a couple years after that, they launched another gun, and it was that Donnie Vincent's wins at Adak, that film. We did that out on Adak Island, which is the very end of the Aleutian chain.
Okay.
And
so you're up there then.
Oh yeah, it's wild.
I mean, you got to take one of those little crazy little.
Actually, out on Adak, it's an old military base, so there's a runway, so you can fly jets out there.
Oh, not bad then.
No, but still, I think it's a 3-hour flight west of Anchorage. Because that gives you any idea how far out it is. And then when you get there, I mean, it's another place. It's wild. It really is nasty.
I've never been up there, but I've hunted the ocean before, and it's a different game because you're bobbing and stuff. You got to aim. Oh, it's crazy. You get used to it after a while. But I'll tell you, like my first 10 shots at sea ducks, I was so far behind them, and I was so far over the top or on the bottom because you got to time it.
Yeah,
but after a while, you start getting them pretty good,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say would be like one of your most memorable trips you've done throughout the days?
I think, well, I love the prairie in Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
and I always have since I was a little boy.
Right.
And I've been there maybe 100 times.
Holy shit.
And so, like, as a place to go, that's my favorite because
Yeah.
I could do it DIY,
Yep.
right? And I'm a DIY dude at heart, right?
Same. Yeah.
But I think that, like, when somebody says the coolest trip, I did the Nanook snow goose hunting trip in the middle to late May.
Oh, okay.
That was unbelievable.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was
Jesus.
like how remote.
Yeah.
No people, and I mean none. No people.
So
no heat.
Right.
No anything. So you get dropped off, and you gotta shoot geese to eat, and then boil water and have like ramen noodles and snow goose. And,
That's crazy. That sounds awesome.
It really was.
That's the manly man of shooting snow geese right there, man.
It was so much fun.
Right. I mean, snow goose hunting, in my opinion, divides the men from the boys or the boys from the men, because it's just such a raw. You got to chase them so much. But what you did divides the men from the kings, basically, the gods of it.
It's really like an unbelievable experience. And for those that know me or don't know me, I love waterfowl more than even I like hunting, and I love hunting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if I had to take one or the other, I'd take watching ducks and geese over anything, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it always bugged me when I would hear people call snow geese tundra maggots, freezer trash, sky carp.
Yeah.
And I'd look at them and I'm like, I mean, they seriously are like unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
When you watch them.
Yeah.
And then when you think about how hard they are to hunt and how smart they are.
Yeah.
And how old are they? I mean, I've heard some people say like an average age of a white goose is almost double digits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Somebody could correct me on that, but I've heard it like.
I mean, that's why when people shoot banded ones, it's not uncommon to see a 17 to 20-year-old banded snow goose.
My point is to disrespect that bird.
Right.
And act like they're not big time.
Right.
They're big time.
Oh, yeah.
We spend tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars just to go hunt them. I mean, really, who's the idiot here?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're spectacular. But that Nanook trip it stands above all as being, we crashed an airplane on that trip going in.
Jesus Christ.
It was bad weather, and I mean, it's just, you fly over Hudson Bay and there's still a bunch of ice on it, right? So the polar bears are still on the ice. You can see their tracks going from seal hole to seal hole.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you're on a little like a super cub trying to fly into one spot, and you're flying over the geese.
Yeah.
The white geese are migrating underneath
below you. Yeah.
It's just,
that'd be cool.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the snow goose migration, I've always said, is like the most gorgeous thing to watch and hear,
Hands down.
Yeah, and when you look up, even when you're done hunting them, and you had a good day or a bad day, you still just look up, they're like, God, I wonder where those came from. You know what I mean? Like, how far do they push, and, how long have they been flying for, a lot of them, come straight from Canada and shit, but it's like, I wonder, I wonder how far they went today. Where's that group from?
Unreal.
It is cool. What would you say your favorite thing to hunt is? Like, what's your favorite bird?
I like hunting greenheads straight up.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Straight. I like hunting them straight up.
Yeah. You like them because you said the prairie, but you.
Well, I love the prairie. I like hunting greenheads on big bodies of water.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Duck boat, dogs, decoys.
Yeah.
I love scouting. I love getting permission.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Getting harder and harder.
Yeah, it is.
But that's how I cut my teeth.
Oh yeah.
Now I love hunting greenheads in the trees in timber.
Yeah, I've never done that yet.
But dude, I Probably the best hunt I had all last year was with some really close friends of mine in Kansas, in eastern Kansas, and it was the opening of teal season, and oh man, it was so much fun. Lots of the fun to me is the organic part of the hunt, the people you're with, like what happens, what the weather was like that day. I mean, all kinds of factors can make it, can make something like just an incredible day, right?
Yeah.
But all in all, I mean, I'll take chasing greenheads over anything.
Yeah. I figured you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, greenheads are a lot of fun. I just, I kind of came up on. I hunted them over water with my dad and stuff. I'm just not a big fan of water, especially if I don't got a dog, and I don't hunt with a dog,
Right.
So my king is the Canada goose because, I call for him. I can call really well at him. I can talk to him better. But don't get me wrong. You find 2,000 ducks in a cornfield or in a little slough that's easy to get to, and you don't got to do 200 yards of cattails. I will beat on them things all day. When the sun's right, you can see the green ones. Oh God, there's nothing. There's really nothing better than that. Have you shot eiders elsewhere besides Alaska?
Maine.
In Maine?
I used to hunt him in Maine a lot with. I think he's famous. The decoy carver maker Steve Brattel from Biddeford, Maine.
Oh, okay.
I would say he's the.
Now, Steve, he's not the one who carved Final Approach. No, that's Tommy.
No,
that's Tom something. Yeah.
Final Approach was back when you're talking about when I rebranded them.
Yeah.
Now Marty Hansen made the ducks.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Marty's the. I don't know. He's the best in the business.
Yeah, he's still carving. I got him on Facebook. He's still doing that.
He's breathing different air. That guy.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then Doug Eck.
I heard him too.
I think Doug Eck was from Oregon or Washington, I believe, and he was responsible for those geese. But yeah, Marty's the one that did those. But.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So now when you say you rebrand a company, so there's a company that's kind of going, would you say, under or not doing as good? They want to vamp it up, basically.
Yeah.
Then what's your job when you step in? Is what I'm curious about.
Ask them. First of all, why do you think you have to rebrand?
Right.
Do you not think there's enough, I guess you'd call it maybe equity?
Yeah.
Brand equity, brand loyalty. Or maybe you're going to go through, you're switching up manufacturing, you're going to a whole new depth of product. There's all kinds of reasons why people want to.
Yep.
So I get called to rebrand, and I ask lots of questions, and most of them are center around I like to ask people, tell me something about your products and what's compelling about them, what's your story. There's so many questions that go into it. It's such a long deal. But sometimes rebrands work really well because they need rebranding. And then there's sometimes it just
just want a different look.
It's just maybe they're bored with it and they think we have to do this. And then there's, marketing is a really, really funny thing. Well, I do boss, right?
Yep. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But I mean, it's a great. I mean, there's not only that. You have powerhouse brands like Benelli's a powerhouse brand.
Yeah.
Right. Yeti's a powerhouse brand. Sitka right now is a powerhouse brand. Right.
Yeah.
They have fantastic product, wonderful product. Right. In some cases, I would even consider it innovative, and I don't like to use that word too much, right? But in some cases, it really is. But the thing is about a brand is, I would ask people, or tell people, it doesn't matter what I think about the brand.
Yeah.
It matters what people think about the brand.
Exactly.
That's what matters. So I tell people that I go to work for that as much as you think I'm working for you, I'm working for your customer more.
Right. Yep.